GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Star Trek, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the GNT show. Our continuing mission, to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Naomi Wildman. I was setting it up. Oh. Welcome to the GNT show, where obviously we have no script.
Yeah, let's just get this puppy started.
As always, the beautiful, the lovely, the high-booted, short-skirted, big-breasted Terry Lynn.
That would be me. Admiral Shaw.
She's badass. It's Ceridium.
Good morning. It's Sunday on the GNT show.
You know the worst part of this morning? It's not the getting up early. It's the fact they're making me wear clothes to do the show.
It's time for coffee clutch.
Strap on your helmets, boys and girls. It's gonna get rough.
Oh, it's going to be one of those mornings.
Let me put on my seatbelt, my helmet with the little blinky light on top.
For safety.
When we decided we were going to do the GNT show,
Man.
one of the things we said was no standards. GNT show does not go on the air because we're ready. It goes on the air because it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Mike could have snapped by then and killed us both. Pain sticks for Mike, evidently.
We have our production meetings on the air.
Well, it's the best way to get you to adhere to things.
Yeah, you've now set an expectation. That's the thing about the GNT show, is we set no expectations.
I need more coffee.
Wow,
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do general news or Star Trek news, and I figured
this is Terry having a series of small strokes, actually.
Boy, it doesn't take long for this show to deteriorate, does it?
straight the fuck downhill.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I GNT.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT show, episode 197. I'm Terry Lynn.
The fuck is up, bitches? How you doing? They call him Grimmy. Grimmy, look at him. Grim's getting serenaded to start out. Welcome, everybody, and there she is wearing her school marm look of disapproval outfit this morning, because it's going to be one of those days with the high button shirt and the long skirt with the heavy wooden boots. It's Terry Lynn.
Don't forget the crop.
Oh, yeah, well, the crop is just... Actually, it's the wooden paddle.
I'm hiding my knuckles.
That has love burned into it.
Good morning, everyone.
And there he is to my right, your left, dressed in his, it's Klingon armor, but done in the style of My Little Pony, Ceridium.
Kapla!
Can Klingons be bronies?
Yes.
Klingons could be
I bet you
anything
Klingons
they
are the
want.
biggest bunch of bronies you got.
I bet you're right. I just want to start off the show by saying Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
God, that article you sent me way back when still hasn't loaded. Oh, there it is.
Wow. Yeah, it's just weird this morning. We were just complaining about browser functionality lately and how Adobe Shockwave Flash seems to be falling apart. It's been crashing a lot lately, so I've been sending them many reports because I want them to fucking fix it. I don't care if it's Chrome. I don't care if it's Firefox. I don't care. I just want it to work.
Yes.
Terry just wants to be browsed.
Oh my God! I hope you guys did not hear that. Okay.
Terry, Sen put a new image in the chat room just for you. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You drink my coffee. Prepare to die.
That's fucking perfect. So, just for a pre-warning for everybody, my husband is visiting his 30-year college reunion for the theater department at University of Idaho is taking place this weekend. So my husband is up there having the time of his life, reconnecting with all of his actor friends, and cool. I am here. So the dogs
doing blow off a hooker's tits.
Yeah, right in Moscow, Idaho.
Yeah, I think the most surprising part of that whole thing is that there's a theater department at that school.
It's a really good one. It was a really good one.
Okay, I don't mean this. I honestly don't mean this in a funny way.
Dude, it's Northern Idaho. There was nothing else to do, so you did plays, right?
This is what I'm getting to, because you hear people go like, oh, I want to go to, New York School of Arts, or I want to go to UCLA, because of their film school. Yeah. Has anybody ever put that school at the top of their list? Because do they even know about it? That's what I mean. I don't mean
right.
it any
It's kind of sad, because I would say that there's a lot of really great schools in the Northwest have great theater departments. University of Washington, Washington State, Idaho, Oregon. And people don't realize it. I mean, why would Ashland, which is well known for its Shakespearean repertory theater, be in Ashland, Oregon, if they didn't have a really great source of actors? And to be honest with you, there is a lot of great theater school in Texas, especially around the Dallas area. There's a lot of great theater school in Texas.
Austin is such a city of the arts.
Yeah, and so people don't think about it because they don't think about those states anyway, right? They're always thinking California, New York, or the Ivy League schools that they've got to have the, Harvard, of course, is real famous.
Or like a Duke or a North Carolina,
Right.
What it's come down to in our country is people think of the schools they see playing football on Saturdays.
Right. It's like somehow there's only one cinematography school and it's USC, which is complete bullshit. We know that there's great cinematography schools outside of USC.
And we've talked about Full Sail University.
Right. Oh, yeah, seriously. So, but he's having a great time up there. And the only reason I brought it up was because that means I have to leave the doors open, though the dogs are allowed free rein so they can tell me if they need to depart the house. And Chloe is sitting here with a shit-eating grin on her face. And apparently she has a bad bout of gas.
That's my girl.
Right on.
So if you hear something, it's her. The same. But
really? It's been loud?
Oh my God. The smile on her face is hilarious right now.
I can't wait to see her in a couple
It has been loud. Yeah, it can get loud. Wow.
Can't wait to see her in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I missed them both.
Now, Terry, what have you done in the absence of Alan? Dirty birdie.
Golf? Huh?
You played golf?
On Wednesday night, our league.
Of course. Terry's in a golf league, ladies and gentlemen.
I am in a golf league.
You should see the shoes.
They're
rented shoes.
I can't wait to get new shoes. The shoes I have are ugly. They're like those saddle, the Oxfords. Yeah, they're pretty dorky. And then clean the house a little because Starfleet Mom is visiting this week.
Wow.
Starfleet Mom is coming out, going to stay with us for a couple days.
Now, is Trucklet coming with her?
Yes.
Trucklet is growing into such a beautiful young woman.
Isn't she?
It's like, I see her and I'm like, is that the girl that was like this tall just a few years ago? And I look at her now and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's how it happens, hon. It's just how it happens.
Oh, I know. I got a text from my daughter.
The whole family's coming. Yeah, I should say she and her husband and Trucklet are coming. And I'm very excited to see them.
The alien's coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're going to be, as far as I understand, looking for houses.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. I connected them with a realtor in the area, and so they're going to be...
Right on.
I know. I'm excited about that. That hopefully they'll find something they like.
So when I move out there, you'll be out there, Rianne's out there.
Yep.
Starfleet Mom will be out there. It's going to be fucking STLV.
In New Mexico. I'm saying it's going to be awesome. Well, a lot of it is, New Mexico's just a good place to look at, for retirement and stuff. It's cheaper. It's just it's cheaper. It's nice.
Starfleet Mom can't retire. She's only 29. Love you, Mom.
Love you,
Moogie. I saw 2 movies this weekend that I had avoided.
Okay.
But I've heard so much good about them that I finally broke down and watched them, and oh my God. So I watched the Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Oh, okay.
Fucking hilarious. And they know exactly what they are. As a matter of fact, Nick Offerman plays the police captain.
Uh-huh.
And
I love Nick Offerman.
When he's giving them their briefing on their mission, the whole thing is like, they're like, haven't we done this before? And he's like, no, because everything gets recycled and then people claim it's recycled, but then we get a bigger budget. And he goes on this whole thing and I was laughing my ass off, and like the chase, like the gas trucks are getting shot bullet holes and they don't explode. And they're like, I really thought that one would explode. Just so many like industry jokes mixed with, Jonah Hill, such a good actor to begin with.
He is.
And then, Channing Tatum, God, I want to hate him. I want to hate him, Tatum, but he plays that role to action. And Ice Cube, Terry, will have you laughing out loud.
Oh, I think he's a riot.
Did you ever see him on Jimmy Fallon saying nice things, sounding mean?
Yes.
Oh, my God. The honey on this toast, perfect. Remember when he was like the scariest guy in the country?
Yeah.
And Snoop Dogg was scary?
Yeah.
And
they're just big. They're all just big babies, right?
Ice-T still scares me, though.
Kinda. He has the ability to bring out that look in his eye that kind of scares.
But yeah, I definitely I recommend, Terry. I think you'll laugh out loud too.
Okay.
especially with the way that they make fun, especially in the second one when they're talking about how the police have a bigger budget. And it's obviously all like insider stuff as far as the movie industry. And then halfway through the movie, the police have their budget cut.
Oh, that's funny.
So you're not allowed to destroy anything else.
That's funny.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
That's great. So it's those 2 movies that you get to watch?
Yeah, did that. It was kind of pretty chill. And then went out to lunch with a real good friend, somebody really, really good friend. And they had a Kobe beef burger.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. Now you get it?
It just seemed like too much goodness at the time.
Uh-huh.
But they had a graham cracker ice cream, a honey graham cracker ice cream. I had a mouthgasm. It was. And my friend had strawberry ice cream, and when you put the strawberry and the graham on the same spoon, I would have a cigarette after each bite. It was
that good.
It was divine.
So, Mikey, you've been a busy boy.
Yeah.
God damn fucking...
No, Mike, you
What?
can't
Not you.
complain. You did this yourself. You could have spaced it out.
He's been editing and putting out all of his amazing interviews from Cryptic Studios.
You could have
Pumping them
spaced it
out
out,
like there's
so
no
don't complain.
tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I let's see. I have them all edited. Well, except for the Al Rivera one. And thank you, Steve, for helping me out get that one out in time.
Yay! Thank you, Midnight.
But let's see. I had them all edited on Monday. Started writing show notes Monday evening, I think. Got 4 episodes completely done and ready to go by Wednesday, which is when I had told Al and Stephen Ricosa that they'd be coming out. So I had to,
Oh, you made it. You made a commitment.
Yes, there was actually a time set on these. So next time I know better.
Fool.
Yes, next time I
When
know
are you
better
gonna
than
learn
to
from
open my
Scotty?
mouth. Well, that's how I maintain my reputation. So.
Oh my God.
Anyways, so I got them all out on, half of them out on Wednesday, 2 more out on Thursday, and then the pièce de résistance was Al's final interview on Friday. And then Saturday I released the roundup, which was what I considered the personal highlights of the entire trip. And I talk about, the journey there, what I did over, what my experiences at Cryptic were, what I did afterwards, and then my day Saturday, heading back home and whatnot. So overall it was a great trip, and that was great. So that I think was the highlight of my week. The downside of my week is I've been having nonstop internet troubles, but I got my technician appointment set. So yay, finally.
Very cool. I kind of feel you with that cable problem. I finally have to replace the box that we have because it's been dying. We've been too lazy to go get it replaced. But it's time. I started to watch Warehouse 13 again over the weekend on Netflix.
Oh, right on.
And I forgot how much I really miss that show. I just miss those characters. They were
Have you
fun.
heard of a series called Sense8?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm hearing really great things, and you're going to laugh. But some of
Do
the
not
things
watch it
I've
with
seen on
children in the room.
Tumblr.
Oh, really, Mike?
Do not watch it with children in the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's the episode 4 has this orgy scene. Totally epic.
What
but-
episode is that? I mean,
but it's funny that you mentioned Warehouse 13 because I'm watching a show called Stitchers.
Yeah.
And one of the characters from Warehouse 13 and one of the characters from Eureka,
yes,
another favorite of yours, are starring in Stitchers.
Right.
So I don't know. Just thought I'd share that. Maybe
I'm just glad they're getting work. I always
Yes.
I love it when actors that I like get work. And I hope Eddie gets some soon. I miss him on and Joanna Kelly too. I mean, I really, really liked them. And it was fun to watch the first episode again because I don't think I had seen it in at least 6 years, right? I forgot about that first episode. That first episode, it's funny is that thinking of it now, it was a little slow, but I really appreciated it more because I know what happens to these characters over the course of 5 years. So they acted it so well that I'm glad they took their time with it because they really got to dig into the emotional state of these two characters because they were kind of messed up at the beginning. It was kind of cool. Hold on a second. Chloe, good girl. All right.
Fart?
Now she's so, but yes, I had noticed that certain things about Sense8 that I think I might give it a try. We will see. I know that the Ferris Anomaly liked it.
Yes, it's good. It's a little slow to start.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's one of those things that you have to really pay attention to because there's so much going on all the time.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's the scene someone had posted in the chat room. It starts with the guy sitting in the hot tub by himself, and it ends with the guy sitting in the hot tub by himself. But everything that happens in between.
Interesting.
No children better be in the room.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing. So it'll be very interesting.
And there's a lot of scenes like that throughout the whole series. So it's not something that you want children to be around.
There you go. Something tells me Micah kept having to hit the pause button.
No, I had to turn it off multiple times. Little children would come in the room. It's like, oh, I'll watch that later. Yeah.
Well, let's get to some Star Trek news.
Star Trek news.
Yay.
Well, first and foremost, principal filming is underway. Yay.
So they say.
Which film are they filming?
Leprechaun 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been wanting that one.
Not Trek movie, Trek Core. I love Trek Core. Love Trek Core. Trek Core was able to post a confirming picture of Carl Urban showing up for work in Vancouver, Canada. Plus a couple of other tweets that verify that everybody's in Vancouver. So that's pretty darn cool.
Canada, eh?
Canada, yeah. So, yay. Nothing from, no quotes from Simon this week. No.
Simon says nothing.
Yeah, which is actually good. Means everybody's working. So yay. It's going to be a very interesting. I'm it's rushed. I always get nervous when things like that are really, really rushed. But I guess we'll find out in about a year and a half because it doesn't come out until like December of 2016, right?
They're really pushing the 50th timeline.
Yeah, I think so.
But it'll take a year for CG, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think they started that like last week or months ago even. But yeah.
What else?
New Star Trek products are coming in soon.
You brought up some really cool stuff. Okay, one of the things that I saw this week and Sori picked up on was a new. Is it Etsy or is it?
Well, it says fashionably geek.
It is fashionably geek. There's these new cardigan sweaters that just came out. Unfortunately, you can't get Command Red. They are not available. But because that's what I would want.
What is wrong with these people?
I don't know. But you can get the yellow and the blue, and they're TNG inspired cardigan sweaters.
Teal, but
yeah, well, that's the way it was in TNG too.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting these. How come it keeps? I want to stop the script. Stop the script. Right?
You're getting script errors.
Yes, on that damn Cinema Blend ad. So frustrating. Okay, but it's really cute. This is something I'd wear around the house.
Yeah.
It's freezing because of it. It's freezing my entire browser. So I'm going to ask you to post the Cinema Blend ad.
Can you share that with me before? Because I don't know if I have that one. I'm looking for cinnamon blend. Oh my gosh.
Cinnamon blend. Cinnamon apples and cinnamon.
I have cinema sources though. That's something else. Yeah.
If you can share your porn site.
It is for Captain Worf.
Easy.
I can't even change tabs. It's so frustrating.
You have to answer that question. So stop the script.
All right, I did.
While they're doing this, I got to tell you all something
just
just came across my screen. It said, just met the Archbishop of New York. What a pleasant man. Really? Did you expect him to be a dick raging about the coffee in the green room? Stop it.
Who is this?
The Cardinal of New York. The Archbishop.
Who said that about him?
Oh, a reporter who said they just met him.
Okay.
And they're like, what a pleasant man. Really? What'd you expect? Fucking Keith Moon?
Okay, there we go. Here.
Oh, son, that's old people's food.
What?
Bread. That's what my grandmother used to eat.
Cinnamon raisin bread? Ooh, French toast?
I sound like Magnum. That's
cinnamon
poor
raisin
people's
bread.
food. That's old people's food.
It's old people's food.
That's old poor people's food.
So we're gonna get into it. This week.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right. So this week let's start off with the whole.
Turn on your initial dampeners.
I'm gonna say something here you don't get to hear very often.
Hold on, let me sit down.
And that is in this particular case, Nick, you were right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You were right. This week, a bunch of articles came out that kind of once again rebirthed the supposed controversy between George Takei and William Shatner. And this time, I really did have to call it out and say, you know what, Nick's right, because especially lately, and especially in the past year, the only time this ever comes up is when George Takei brings it up himself. And it is getting kind of tiring. And and there were quite a few people and quite a few friends on Facebook who posted that, God, how come George is the only one that brings it up when he needs to pitch something? Which is kind of sad because, his Broadway show shouldn't be tied to a controversy with him and Shatner at all. And for him to bring it up just to get some print is pretty damn shitty. Now, I'm kind of under the impression that George Takei might have, like you said, what did you say, Nick? What did you say? He might have gotten some blowback.
I think he got some blowback on this one because he said that Shatner's the one always bringing it up,
which is I have to say has not been true.
That one to me, I literally had to put my coffee down and be like, I don't think I've ever heard him bring it up first.
Right. Well, yesterday, I guess Mr. Takei might have heard some things because he posted on Facebook, and I'm putting the link in the chat room, that he believed that some of the things, he believed that it was being blown out of proportion, but that he has plans to bury the hatchet, which is damn refreshing to hear. And I hope that they both can just move forward. It would, and even if they can't, then I hope they just drop the damn thing. I hope that George drops it because it's just getting frustrating to listen to. Like, we know the two of you.
For those that sent me personal DMs and personal Twitters and emails calling me a homophobe and other things because of the stance I took a few months ago, I'm a magnanimous man.
Yeah, that also moved into a different direction too. That conversation we had.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been frustrated with that, and to have it come up again this week, and I think even Dayton said, "Funny, it's like the only time I ever hear about this controversy is when George brings it up." And I thought, you know what, you're right. And as much as I wasn't pleased in meeting Shatner when I met him, which was way back in the early 80s, some of the things I've seen from him over the course of the past 5 years, even at Trek conventions, has led me to believe the man has done a lot of changing. So I'm willing to give him another chance, and I have. And actually, he's been kind of fun. So I'm hoping that he and George can clear that air, because that would be really good for the fan. And yes, Matthew Anderson just posted something in the chat room that freaks me out. But one of the things that George...
Grimmy, I expected so much better from you.
Who? From Matthew?
Grim.
Oh. Well, one of the cool things that came out this week was a new brown bag wine tasting segment with William Shatner and Will Wheaton. And it was adorable. It was really adorable. I really liked it. If you guys have not seen this interview yet between Shatner's interviewing Will Wheaton, and they talk about beer, they talk about wine, and they talk about Star Trek and Star Trek Online. Mm-hmm. And it's cool. It's very cool.
Shatner didn't know that Star Trek Online was a thing.
Yeah.
And
because right. I don't think that's because he doesn't.
Not a gamer.
Yeah. That's just not part of his milieu.
True.
But it was great to see his facial reaction when he heard about it, right? He's like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
You can really do that? And it was fun. It was fun
Jesus,
to see him.
if he starts playing, do you know he'll be tweeting it constantly?
Well, I wasn't thinking about him actually playing, but I was thinking, he might be more inclined now to lend his voice.
I don't think they can afford him.
Yeah, I don't think
that may also be true.
Mike, it's $125 for his fucking photo. What do you think it costs for his voice?
Yeah, and while I was there, I kind of got an idea of what their budget is per voiceover.
The man is a multiple Emmy winner.
Plus,
I think they would have to blow out like a
let's just say, I'm sure he gets better than scale.
Yeah, I think they would have to probably pay out, a season, an arc's worth of voiceover in order.
They could put my doppelganger on leave for a couple of weeks. I love you, Tumor Boy. Taco Fangs.
We love you, Nick.
Because he listens.
Yeah.
He just got back from a trip not very long ago.
I know, and I had to miss him when he came to my town because I was in goddamn Wisconsin getting fucking snowed on.
Hold it in, Nick. Really.
Well, it was a chance to.
So let's see. Before we get into that, that's that. Okay. There's more general Star Trek news. Star Trek: The Ultimate Voyage, which is the traveling concert that's performing music from Star Trek, has added some new dates for Boston and New York in March of 2016.
Cool.
That link into the chat room.
Dayton is still upset that there aren't enough Middle America dates.
Oh, Middle America, please. Come on. They fly over us, Dayton. Come on. Hey, that's part of the reason I was so damn excited to see Eddie Izzard. I couldn't believe Eddie Izzard decided to do an Albuquerque date. It was awesome. But part of that was because that was his intent, was to go to all of the cities that nobody ever goes to in America, because he wanted to learn more about them and then make fun of them. And it was awesome.
Right on.
To have him come in and start off his show just dissing Albuquerque left and right. It was really funny.
What's with the chilies?
No, it was all about the spelling of the name.
Oh, can I buy another vowel?
It was where's the second R? Albuquerque. It shouldn't be Albuquerque. It was Albuquerque. It was very cute.
Right on.
That was The Ultimate Voyage. The production will beam into Boston on March 4th and New York on March 5th at Madison Square Gardens.
Right on.
There's a great article in The Hollywood Reporter where they interview Ron Moore, and Jonathan Frakes about Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and about how it came to be and the story behind the writing of the show, which really kind of surprised me. Pillar wrote the whole damn thing on his own. And so it was a surprise for me to find out that this is one of the few scripts that never really made it to the writer's room for Star Trek The Next Gen. Go ahead.
They, if I remember correctly, for the part, this is for Part 1, right?
Correct.
And because Part 2, it made it to the writer's room because Part 1, they had written themselves into a corner.
Right.
And they had no idea how to get out of that corner. So that's where Part 2 actually ended up in the writer's room.
Right.
And I also found it interesting that Ron Moore, he was tasked with writing Family pretty much by himself against the wishes of Roddenberry.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting too.
Yeah. And Family still ends up being one of my favorite episodes ever because you finally get to see that this shit affects people.
Yeah.
Right? It was one of those episodes where you think, oh, finally, we're starting to get some character development where you finally get to see, this is stuff that affects your character. It's the stuff that fanfic writers run with. They see an episode and they say, how does this affect those characters? And fanfic writers move on and they get to develop that out and have fun with it and flesh out those characters that you don't often get to see in the episodic television shows. So, but it's a great interview. I learned a lot actually about
really
everybody because they really interview everybody in this. So
I really think that if Star Trek ever comes back, they need to have Braga as the showrunner.
You know what?
As we approach our 200th episode, if someone were to go back to listen to episode
we would. Oh yeah, it was Braga hate
spitting his name out, and now last year at the convention when he stopped by our table, hello, Mr. Braga, how are you? Very nice to meet you, Mr. Braga. May I shine your shoes, Mr. Braga?
Well, it just shows that how people's tastes and opinions can change over time.
Well, also too, as more stuff comes out about what was going on behind the curtain with Works and the studios and all of this, you find out that I would have thought that seriously, if you had told me Go was the one that put the Temporal Cold War into Enterprise, I would not have been surprised. I was surprised to find out that it was the network that wanted that put in, and they fought against it.
Yeah,
the showrunners fought against it.
It was just weird. It was just weird. I'm hoping though that I have a sneaky suspicion that we're going to start seeing more of that and stuff. What do you think, Mike?
Of the Temporal Cold War?
After what happened in
the problem with the problem with the Temporal Cold War is it's just so. I mean, God bless. I can't. Christopher L. Bennett and the DTI novels.
Yeah.
But even those are so confusing with the whole. It opened a can of worms.
Yeah. We'll see. I know that we're dealing with. We'll talk about Star Trek Online in a little while, but that's gonna with what happened this week. It's gonna be very interesting what happens in the future. That's for sure.
In the review, in the interviews that I had done, I think from multiple people. I think it was Rakosa, I believe Christine, I believe Al had all said it. What happens in this episode is going to have ramifications for the next year and a half.
Year and a half in the show. Right.
So it's like, and what happens in this episode just kind of like, I was like, oh,
which is really cool. So we'll talk about that later.
Yes. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So we're going to talk about that creation. Before we move on to the big topics of the day, the big topic of the day, do you want to talk about conventions? Because we have some really cool news.
Sure.
Don't we?
Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
Talking about Vegas.
Yes. You're coming to Vegas, right?
Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show...
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent appears wearing a vest.
Yeah. Well, just for everybody's sake, I'm going to put the link into the chat room again. Star Trek Las Vegas, of course, occurs August 6th through 9th, 2015 at the Rio in Las Vegas. And just so people understand, there really is going to be, and they are expecting, a push for the 2016 for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. So if you go all the way down to the bottom of the first page at the Star Trek Convention website, you're going to see the Star Trek 50th anniversary logo, and then a link that says for super advanced notice about next year, the 2016 50th anniversary celebration, click for details. Go to that site and you can sign up with your email address for regular updates on what's going to be happening with the 50th anniversary, including ticket information, when they will become available, and when links will open on the site. It's going to be pretty important that you know up front, because I have a feeling that this might be their first sellout ever. So sign up. It is a double registration, which means that once you put in your email address, you have to go to your email and confirm that you signed up or subscribed for the newsletters. Can't just do it once. You have to do it twice. So if you want information for tickets for next year, also I'm hearing that you are going to be able to purchase tickets for next year at this year's convention. So not unlike San Diego Comic-Con, which started a few years ago, they started selling tickets for the next year at that year's convention. So if you're at this year's convention and you want tickets for next year, buy them then. And then we got some interesting information from our fans at Shore Leave.
Yes, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Mike?
Yes.
Tell them.
Yes.
We will have a representative present at Shore Leave. The lovely Janice. Hi, Janice. She will be stalking celebrities and stalking authors and trying to convince them that she's not crazy, for one, and for two,
yeah, good luck.
Try to get them to talk to her on our behalf. Now, hopefully that fact alone won't scare them away, but Oh, you said you're the G&T show? No comment. Oh, I'm just playing. Shore Leave 37 is August 7th through the 9th this year. So it currently coincides with that STLV, but
wait, there's more.
Yes.
No, regarding Shirley.
Yes.
Yes.
But what is your more? Because it might be different than mine.
It's the same more. Don't worry.
It's the same more?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, it's been announced that Shore Leave 38, which is 2016, their dates have been announced, and it is July 15th through the 17th.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
In other words, thanks to the Heavenly Choir, you can all get the idea that it does not conflict with STLV or Comic-Con.
Which is awesome, which means we can cover both, and I'm hopeful that maybe we'll be able to see some of our favorite authors Vegas this year.
So, Mike, we have it, and you know what? I didn't even think. Did we already put in for the press passes for next year?
Yes, we did.
I have information regarding them, and they are not. They're not opened.
They're not issuing them yet.
Yes.
Right. Until well, that makes sense.
But when they open this, I already have it on. I have the date when I can start already on my calendar. So as soon as that date comes around, I will be pestering them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we also are, if I remember, Mike, Baltimore Comic-Con, correct?
Yes.
September.
I want to. Yes. We will be. We have press passes for that. So and you will be in attendance, and
yes.
Plus one producer. So choose wisely.
And Mike doesn't know this yet, but oddly enough, Wizard World Comic Con has expanded, and next year they are going to be doing a Comic Con here in Albuquerque.
Oh,
I'm very excited about that. And we'll be putting in for press passes on that. See if I can cover Wizard World here in Albuquerque next year.
Nice.
I know.
Very
I'm excited
cool.
about that. It should be fun. I think
Look at the G&T show getting out into the public.
I know. Really, really fun.
And then being asked to go back home again.
Well, for me, I just have to drive.
Well, just real quick, I just want to run through some of the guests that will be attending Shore Leave.
Yes, please. For this year.
No, I don't want to hear the big ones.
Oh, too bad. Too bad.
Plug your ears and go la 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 for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. The big one is John Barrowman, which, as you can hear, Nick is absolutely heartbroken that he gets
Somebody
missed.
posted the picture of him and somebody else taping a child to a door. Funny.
Look, I'm painfully hetero, but I'd switch teams.
And if everything goes as we're hoping, Janice is going to be one lucky lady. But we also have Jamie Murray attending. She's from Defiance, Warehouse 13. She played H.G. Wells on Warehouse 13.
Yep.
And also she also played on Dexter. Tony Curran, also from Defiance, Doctor Who's Vincent Van Gogh, and he also made an appearance as Gaines on Sons of Anarchy. He's going to be in attendance. Jesse Rath, also from Defiance, Being Human, and Aaron Stone's Ram. I'm not sure if I've heard of that, but Rekha Sharma from Battlestar Galactica, The 100, V, Smallville.
Wow.
She's been in Dark Angels. I mean, she's been in a lot of genre series, so that's pretty cool. From Stargate Atlantis, I love this guy. I think it's David Nichol.
The doc. Okay, yeah.
Zelenka.
Yeah.
He was also in Supernatural, Arrow, and so he's going to be in attendance. From TNG, Professor Moriarty himself, and also Niles from The Nanny. Daniel Davis is going to be in attendance, and Aaron Ashmore, Warehouse 13's
Love
Steve Jinx.
Aaron Ashmore.
He played Jimmy Olsen on Smallville, and he also was on Lost Girls. So yeah, pretty cool lineup of.
Well, I think you forgot to mention the most important person that's going to be at Shore Leave.
Okay,
Kelly Meding.
Well, I didn't get to the authors. I was just talking about the.
I'm just saying, Kelly Meding.
The authors are Daniel Ackley McPhail, Christopher L. Bennett, Kirsten Beyer, Russ Colt Chamiro, Kathleen David, Peter David, Keith Ari DeCandido, Kevin Dillmore, Michael Jan Friedman, Dave Galanter, Phil Giunta, Robert Greenberger, Glenn Howman, David Mack, John Jackson Miller, Joshua Palmatier, Marco Palmieri, Aaron Rosenberg, Dayton Ward, Howard Weinstein, and Stephen Wilson. Awesome.
Bam!
You know, when I go to these conventions, Terry and Mike sound bored when I'm reading it because Janice is going. Look at how excited they are. Seriously. And Kelly Meding. Scott
Pearson, did you say Scott?
Yeah.
Okay.
Young, are they going?
Scott Pearson is going. He's
he is.
Sweet.
And I think Audio Vixen's going with him.
Right on. And there's going to be scientists and artists and performers and photo ops and autographs. So there's all kinds of stuff.
Links. Yeah, Paul Kupperberg, Kelly Meding, Aaron Rosenberg, Lawrence Shane, Jeffrey Thorne. Love him.
Yeah, he's really nice.
Is he? I
met him at Farpoint.
See, I just love following him on Twitter. He makes me laugh. But I also purchased his package for Pangea.
Easy.
Pangea? Which one was it that he did? Yeah.
So Janice is so worried because she's shy. I think that we asked Keith DeCanado to be her chaperone.
Oh, God.
But that's going to be at the Hunts Valley Inn in Hunt Valley, Maryland.
Timonium, yeah.
So if you're in the area, make sure to check it out. The dates, once again.
And if you're a longtime listener, you know I love Shore Leave. It is a wonderful, wonderful convention.
August 7th through 9th. And Nick was heartbroken when the two conventions started conflicting with one another, because he would attend both. He would go to Shore Leave, hop on
then
a
fly
plane.
here.
Sunday I'd fly on the plane to Terry's, and then my vacation was literally convention week, weeks of conventioning.
Yeah, and then we would drive out to Vegas, and he'd fly home afterward. So it's nice to know that next year, wow, he'll be able to attend both.
Now, I do have an announcement to make, Terry and Mike, that you guys don't know about. I would like to announce I am not white. I am Romulan.
Oh, well, that we kind of already knew. You've been a Romulan identifying for a long time.
I'm transracial. I'm Romulan. I'm going to get the surgery to make my ears pointed.
You know people do that.
I saw, and that looks just a little too much pain for fandom. That's putting some fandom way out there, let me tell you. Did you see that picture? That woman, I guess it was a woman that had it done with the staples and everything in order to mold it. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Mike Ridges.
Can you imagine? Oh,
I have seen people with getting like implants where they like stick things in their forehead, to make them like appear to have like horns or whatever. And it's
that's true.
So Ridges is a possibility, but
I could see David doing it.
I don't know if I'd want them. That might freak my family out.
Like Ceridium, David, another of the most diehard Klingons, the least likely person I would ever think to be a Klingon. David is like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. No, you're not a Klingon. Stop it.
See, we're just really good at hiding.
Yes, the raping and pillaging you revel in. Yeah, don't get me stuck, because I had a lot of time to think recently about how Klingon really are and how you guys have morphed them into this cuddly species. Go back to the original series and watch again. What?
They are cuddly.
Okay. Cuddly as a Horta.
Yeah.
And this is a chance to, before I forget, I want to make sure, and I'm vamping because I'm trying to fit, that if you have not gone to Amazon and ordered Elements of Change, a collection of poetry by Mary Shawinski, then fuck you. You're wrong.
I have my 2 books. I have them in my hand. They're beautiful.
It's wonderful.
They're beautiful. They're really wonderful.
What the hell?
What?
He got a donut?
I know. That looks so weird.
What the fuckity fuck?
I don't get it.
Japan,
I don't want to get it.
I love Japan, but really?
But, sometimes I know there's some crazy.
People talk about the United States all they want. We have nothing on Japan.
Well, it was the video of the 2 guys butt slapping, singing Frozen. I don't get.
That was funny.
I'm so glad you saw that, because you know what I'm talking about. I was like, what the hell?
It was like something that would be on a morning zoo show here, but they were just doing it.
Yeah, they were just doing it. I don't get it. If you gentlemen, if you vamp for me for a little bit, that would be great. Just cover for me. Chloe is telling me that...
oh, boy.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yep, no problem.
So, Mike, Baltimore Comic-Con. Let's look that up real quick.
Yeah, good idea.
That'll help us.
Yeah, that'll help pass some time. I'm just...
Got it.
Okay, faster Googler than me.
Nice.
I just can't type today.
Okay, Baltimore Comic-Con will be September 25th, 26th, and 27th at the Baltimore Convention Center. Now this is, and that's 96 days, this is a true Comic-Con. It's not like, and this is not bagging on it, it's not like San Diego, that's an industry event. This one is filled, this is comic people, artists, writers, letterers, inkers, and let me hear guest list. It's loading because my computer decided to make me sound as I'm vamping.
Yeah. Janice asks, are there fake Comic-Cons?
Do you want to cover that one, Mike, while I continue why we say it's a real Comic-Con?
Huh? Okay.
Really?
I'm just kind of taken aback by the picture that was posted immediately above the question. That's like Pink Eye Central. I'm just saying.
Because San Diego has become an industry event. It is more about the industry talking about its movies and everything, and the comic portion has been pushed to the side.
Oh yeah, and I heard that more of the big studios have decided not to attend this year.
Yeah, like Baltimore. Here's some of the guests: Neil Adams, one of the most famous artists; Jeremy Bastian, Marty Bauman, John Beatty, Christina Blanche, Mark Buckingham, Sean Chen, Cliff Chang, Frank Cho, who's an amazing writer; Steve Connolly, Amanda Connor, Katie Cook, Darwin Cook, Todd Zago, Ramona Fraden, Francisco Frank Villa. I could go John Gallagher, Klaus Johnson, Dave Johnson, Dennis Kitchen, who's amazing, Kevin McGuire, Don Perrin, David Peterson.
What the hell is in the chat room?
Yeah, don't look.
Unless you want pink eye.
Terry, explain to Janice what we mean by Baltimore is a pure Comic-Con compared to San Diego.
It's focused on comic books and artists, and as opposed to pop culture. It's right.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of what oh my god.
Now, Mike brought up, Terry, it's been said Marvel is not going to be at San Diego this year because DC has something so huge.
Here's how it's being phrased, and so I want people to be to Disney. Marvel has decided to quote unquote pass on Hall H activities. Hall H, of course, being the big, it's got I think it holds, no lie, like 15,000 people. It's huge.
I had seen, and I should have saved the article, but 2 other companies have joined Marvel Disney.
Correct. Paramount skipping on Hall H as well. And who else? Sony.
Wow, really?
Sony, Paramount, and Marvel are skipping on Hall H. Now, it shouldn't be a big surprise because these 3, I don't think it means that they're skipping Comic-Con. They're still going to have
They're just not going to have an Avengers panel.
They're just not going to have a stage presence that this year. And it kind of not surprising because they don't have a solid movie to pitch except for maybe Ant-Man.
Yeah, they do.
What? That's coming out this year.
Captain America 3 is filming now. It'll be out next year.
Right, filming now. It doesn't come out until 2016.
Right, but usually they do it they did that with Avengers too.
Well, here's the other thing. It looks like Disney may be pulling out entirely. And the reason why, well, Disney has its own con now called D23.
Oh.
So they have a huge convention in Anaheim every year that pitches all of its own properties. So I have a feeling that we're now going to see Marvel and Lucasfilm with Touchstone and other Disney products all being pitched at Disney's own convention in Anaheim or Orlando. They flip back and forth.
Well, that makes sense for them, yeah.
And both of those, Anaheim and Orlando, have actually bigger a venue than probably San Diego does.
And they have just as big of an attendance. I think they pull 45 or 50,000 at Anaheim and probably a little more at Orlando.
Yeah, probably, because not only do you have Disney World there, you've got the people that would go and also go to Universal Studios.
Right. Huge. So it doesn't surprise me to hear that Disney might be pulling out of San Diego Comic-Con. And not a lot of people are really heartbroken about this, right? It's going to allow for other studios to kind of have their presence at Comic-Con. And a lot of the quote-unquote purists are happy because they're like, okay, finally Hollywood's kind of backing out. Well, no, it's just Disney. Paramount will be there next year to pitch. Yeah. Paramount will be there next year for Star Trek 3.
Warner will be there for Batman versus Superman.
Right. DC is going to have a huge presence.
Right.
Because they finally have the stage. And they have a lot of stuff that they can tout. They have all of their television shows. They have movies that are coming out. I really see them, and I really see them as finally being able to take their stage. And they're not big enough like Disney is to have their own convention.
Right.
So, Paramount not being there this year, that doesn't surprise me. They don't have a whole lot of stuff they're pitching for that's being released this year. They're going to want it closer to next year. And I'm hopeful that they'll be there with a lot of stuff for the 50th anniversary for Star Trek. I don't know. So we'll see.
Question.
And Sony surprised me a little bit, though.
That does, especially with Fantastic Four being out at that time.
But you have to remember, Sony is doing I don't want to say a backflip, as they are recontracting with Marvel for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pitched at DC, I think.
And did you see? I think it happened this week. I think we talked about it last week. Never mind. Yeah. The cast casting for season 2 of Daredevil.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's just a shift. I don't really see it as a big problem.
Do you think though it's the start of a splintering maybe of conventions, because with Disney owning so much of geek culture now, that they can and frankly, I'll be honest with you, I totally would trust Disney to put on a great convention.
I'm actually I really want to go. I really want to go. Can you imagine how awesome that would be? You just walk in and it's like two of your favorite IPs right off the bat, Marvel and Star Wars.
The Mouse takes so much abuse, and we have given them their share, but they also know how to do their job.
Yeah.
I mean, and with Pixar, Marvel, Lucas.
And look at the Tomorrowland. The thing that kind of saddens me about Tomorrowland was everybody was talking about what a meh movie it was.
But I love the message.
But let's face it, it was a quote unquote original film.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't based on a previous IP. It was based loosely on, but it was an original film, and it bombed. Now, mind you, Disney sneezes that kind of money, so
yeah,
I laugh. Everybody's like, "Oh, Disney!" I'm like, Disney.
I gotta tell you, though, marketing-wise,
that amount of money, huh?
Marketing-wise, I think I saw one commercial for it.
Oh my God, I saw several.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't think it was that heavily marketed. I mean, it was no John Carter.
And that's the other thing too. They're not going to follow up on John Carter, which was, non-established.
It's a shame. And
this is part of the reason why Hollywood gets scared when they put out something original, because it just doesn't get the support. Now, the argument could be made that Tomorrowland needed better writing, and it might have been better.
Probably, but again, I did love the message in that film. I loved what they were trying to say with it, although how they said it could have been a little bit better. But it's I thought it was an important message, and it was a shame that it did so poorly.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, so I think one of the problems with new franchises, or trying to launch a new franchise, is initially people aren't willing to kind of invest in it because they don't know. Sometimes after it's been out a while, maybe hit DVD, hit on demand, people are going to be able to see it and go, wait, this isn't half bad, or I kind of like this aspect of it.
You know what movie that's happened with? Live, Die, Repeat has gained a huge...
Really?
Yeah, because people are seeing it now and seeing that it actually was a good movie.
Yeah,
but it got lost in the shuffle. It had a bad name to start with. What was the name before it was Live, Die, Repeat? I don't even remember anymore.
Oh, that was the Tom Cruise something
Emily
about
Blunt.
Tomorrow. Something about Tomorrow. I forget exactly.
And people that are catching it now, either on demand or different ways, are saying, "Holy shit, this is a good movie." You know what? You know the most famous example of that, Shawshank.
Yes, I'd agree with that wholeheartedly.
So I think, it's one of those things where maybe once people start seeing some of these quote unquote failed new films, that it might encourage them to to tell a friend and to get other people involved, and hopefully that might encourage them, if they do well in secondary viewings or whatever
I see it almost as fighting a tide, at least for now and for the foreseeable future. I think that's all we're going to get. I think we're really only going to see movies based on established IPs with established followings, and in an effort to actually grow the market, as opposed to throwing something new and original out there in the hopes that they'll get a market. Yeah. And that's just part and parcel of it. I think that's what we're going to see from the foreseeable future. Now,
I did watch Disney, Jurassic World.
Right. Well, exactly. Jurassic World beat every record known to Hollywood. It made over $500 million in its first phase. That's insane amounts of money.
Now, July. Here's what we've got coming out in July. July 1st, Magic Mike XXL and Terminator Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
July 3rd, Amy, Cartel Land, and Jimmy's Hall. All three of those are in limited release. July 10th, a movie that I'm kind of interested in seeing, The Gallows. You're pretty much, if you're making horror movies these days, if you're pretty much making your money back, because they can be made relatively inexpensively, especially the found footage ones.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Minions.
Yep. That's gonna be huge.
Yes.
Minions is gonna be huge.
Now, Selfless, I've started seeing commercials for, and it looks kind of interesting. It's got Gandhi.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
What's his name, Terry? Oh my God.
I know.
Chat room. Gandhi. Oh my God.
It's okay. But the Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley and Ryan Reynolds, and it's a sci-fi thing where you stay young. They're transporting your consciousness basically into a younger body.
Right.
That's a blank slate.
But he wakes up and he realizes, or at some point in time after he's transformed or moved into the new body, he realizes that it was a real person.
Right.
And that person had a life.
Also on the 10th is Tangerine, which is in limited release. Now, July 17th. Wow, this is coming up fast. Ant-Man, Trainwreck, and in limited release, you've got Irrational Man, The Look of Silence, and Mr. Holmes.
Oh, that's with Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Ian.
And Trainwreck is, I think it's a comedy with, I can't remember his name from Saturday Night Live. The 24th is Paper Towns and Pixels. Now, I think Pixels
looks fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It looks stupid and fun.
Yeah. Southpaw, and in limited release is American Heist. July 29th, are you ready? It's a reboot of a movie that needs no rebooting, and I mean it desperately, Vacation.
Are you kidding?
And Listen to Me, Marlon in limited release. And July 31st, the big one that weekend, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which I'm going to tell you that one stunt that Tom Cruise did on his own is one of the most amazing stunts where he's holding on to the plane.
Wow.
Best of Enemies, The End of the Tour, and a Lego Brickumentary are in limited release.
See, now that you listen to that and you think, okay, you know what? There's a lot of original stuff out there, but I'm wondering whether or not they're all dramas. And that's good too. I mean...
Now, did you know that a remake, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is coming out in August?
Yes, I did know that. And you know what? Everybody I know who watched the show, they're really excited about it.
I hadn't even heard of that.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what I'm really excited for. August 14th, it's a movie, Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, I've heard about it. Yeah.
About
the
NWA.
rap. Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah. It's see, that gives me a little bit of hope. I mean, the names of some of these movies that are coming out aren't all, but it's let's face it, it's the ones that have that kind of big ass IP behind them that bring in the money. And Jurassic World just,
oh my God, yeah.
It just
now I just put into the
everyone.
chat room the link of it's the 2015 scheduled release date, so you can see all the movies coming out through the rest of the year, and it's got links to all of them. It's a great site.
That's very cool. I have to say, principal filming for Ghostbusters started this week.
Yep.
And
For my birthday, who wants to go see Gem and the Holograms?
No. No, I can't. And especially after just one of the reviews that I read, I was like, oh my God, it's horrible.
Oh, really? What'd they say?
It started off with, well, they really missed the point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like, oh shit, really? That's really
now,
sad.
you know about December 18th, right, Terry?
Remind me.
That's The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, okay.
I
cool.
thought that was next year. I did not realize.
No, pardon me, it was this year. I mean,
wow. That's going to be huge. That's going to be Christmas right there.
Yeah, that is, and then again, you know.
And be ready for all the toys.
It's going to beat Jurassic Park. I have to say, I'm wondering whether or not we might see our first $1 billion opening.
I don't think I'd be surprised.
I will be very surprised if they don't come really close.
I got something I want to share real quick, if you don't mind switching gears.
Okay.
Everyone knows that we have replicators, which are essentially 3D printers, right? But did you know that we also have industrial replicators now?
Is this the bridge?
This is the bridge.
Isn't it cool?
There are robots that are going to print a 3D steel bridge across an Amsterdam canal.
Yep. Isn't that awesome?
That is like totally cool.
But how are you printing steel?
It's welding. It's coming through and it welds in a on top of each other, almost like a snake-like.
There's a video. It shows you that they just
I've seen the video.
Yeah, they just lay down a little bit of steel that's probably fed.
It's fed
rebar.
It's like
they melt
rebar.
it and place it exactly where they need it.
And they've already got 4+ designs that it could go through, and it's really interesting how this is going to happen. I love that. I love science.
Skynet is watching.
Yeah, that's true too.
Unfortunately, the one thing that can't be replicated is probably the most important thing: food and water.
Well, they're getting close.
I have seen. Well, you as long as you have food stuff, they do have food printers, but you have to have food stuff to begin with.
Right. You have to have buckets.
Yeah. You have
But technically, even in Star Trek, that's what they have. They have buckets of
liquid
of base material, and it just goes from there. Right? It's where they convert all of their excess. Well, dude, all of their waste.
Protein.
Break it down into the base atomics, and then back into. That's how it worked. That's how they told us at Enterprise it was done. So I love that.
Yep.
God, that whole scene with Trip trying to explain to the school kids that they eat the poop. Oh my God, so funny.
Seriously, sir, a poop question?
A poop question?
Yeah.
So funny.
I just want to say, I just saw a quote that there's certain people on this show and certain people in this audience that this very much applies to. A clean, organized desk is often the sign of a deranged mind.
Deranged. I told you that. Boy, isn't that pretty? I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Matt Anderson shared a photo of the two robots actually constructing
Does
something.
Does it scare you, though?
What?
Because
I don't know.
We don't want to become what they became in Wall-E.
I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with that with any artificial intelligence we create. I think the stories and the imagination of science fiction writers was far more close to reality than we are giving it credit for. I do. Some of the shit coming out of Japan, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if there's one thing we can say about the human race is no matter what the technology is, they've got these incredible robotics that are the most lifelike looking things. And what's the first thing that they design them to do?
Fight.
Be a sex toy.
Sex toy or fight. Either a weapon or a vibrator.
Well, doesn't that go back to humans' most basic needs? Reproduction, fight or flight, it's basic.
Control.
Well, yeah.
Hey, BattleBots is back on. Woo!
Oh, is that cool?
BattleBots.
Oh my God, is it really?
Yeah, ABC's a new season of BattleBots. I want to say it starts this week.
I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what series that I've kind of gotten hooked on? American Ninja Warriors.
Oh, okay. I can understand that.
My God,
there's
some of those people are amazing.
Yeah,
with a flasher that actually got pretty far before he's tackled.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Or a streaker, I should say. He got pretty far through the thing.
I think they were waiting for him to fall off.
Yeah, and he made it like 3/4 of the way through.
I think he would have finished the whole damn thing.
If he had finished, they should have just given him, goodbye to the
given
next
him the
round.
medal, right?
But I mean, that's some serious motivation. I mean, you got your dangly bits all out in the air. You're gonna do some ninja stuff.
You don't want that rope burn.
Oh, ow!
Oh my.
Okay, it's time.
Before we talk about the big news item of the week, should I mention Captain Worf real quick?
Sure.
Captain Worf. There's actually a campaign. They're asking people to send 1 million mini muffins to CBS to kind of encourage them to take on Captain Worf as a TV show. So if you think this is a good idea and you're willing to put your money where your mouth is, I'm providing you the link where you can check it out.
I know. But Michael Dorn did tweet and did post on Facebook and has asked people to be very wary because none of the money that is out there for the We Want Worf campaign is actually going to We Want Worf. He's made that very clear and said if there's people buying or selling t-shirts, if there's something along those lines, he goes, that's not actually coming to my production company. And thanks, but just buyer beware. So I am saying that because that's what Michael Dorn said.
I think the G&T show we should have a fundraiser and have a tanker truck filled with prune juice sent to the studio.
Or what's really funny is that next door to my, close to my house, the Indian reservation I work on has 2 gas stations called Warrior Fuel. I always think about that. And I wonder if it's just full of prune juice.
Just pumping prune juice into your car.
Time for the
okay, let's get to this.
Here we go.
Yeah, we really need to touch on this because it's something that I stopped.
Put on your safety helmets.
Put on your safety helmets because it's going to get rough.
Inertial dampers are engaged.
Thank you. And making sure that you add just a little bit more to the gravity, artificial gravity. That's right. Okay. This week,
This week,
if any of you had not heard, there was an article that was posted by TrekMovie.com, which the headline read, it was under their news tab, and then said, exclusive, Paramount invites Star Trek Beyond fan creator to pitch TV series. The rest of the article goes into what has quite literally blown up across the internet amongst the Star Trek fandom, wherein a gentleman by the name of Michael Gemelt was, quote unquote, invited to pitch a television series to Paramount. And he is interviewed by Trek Movie, and he tells them, I can officially announce that I do indeed have an invitation to come pitch Star Trek Uncharted at Paramount this summer. Now, to give you a little bit of background, the name of his fan production used to be called Star Trek Beyond.
Which happens by coincidence.
Not by coincidence.
Not by coincidence. Is the name
of the next Star Trek movie.
Film.
So,
to be fair, he had that name for a while.
Yes, a long time now. This has been going on for like 20, 30 years, I think. That he's been
really? Is it that long?
20 years.
I mean, he's been planning it for a long
time. Good for him.
Right. And it's really cool. And that's what's kind of breaking my heart about all of this. And I think it's what's breaking a lot of fans' hearts about this. All right. So Star Trek Beyond, this gentleman, Mr. Gemelt, owned the domain name Star Trek Beyond, and then changed it recently to Star Trek Uncharted. So now he has StarTrekUncharted.com, and it was formerly StarTrekBeyond.com. And the interview is him telling us about how he was invited by Paramount to come and pitch Star Trek Now Uncharted. And he goes into the concept behind his pitch and his show. Now, my rant, mind you, is not about the quality of his pitch, about the quality of his idea, or the quality of his production. Personally, I kind of got tingly when I read it because I thought, that's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I read the article, and because I know the legal relationship, and he even admits it in his interview, look, I know that Paramount doesn't have the rights to make a television show. I pull out my goddamn head paddle and I start banging myself in the head going, wait a minute. He wasn't asked to pitch this show. At least I can't determine that. I was flabbergasted. I'm reading this and I'm like, it's all of his quotes. And there's nothing from Trek Movie telling me that they have confirmed this gentleman's tale. As far as I knew, he's blowing up their skirt. There's no confirmation from Paramount. There's absolutely no confirmation that Paramount was contacted or that CBS was contacted for comment. I'm looking at this going, okay, obviously what happened here, or at least my brain rationalized it or reasoned it out, as this is a gentleman who owned a domain name that Paramount needed for their movie. So they went to him, and it's not like they said, oh, we're going to invite you to pitch a television series that you somehow now have a chance of making. It was, we need that domain name. What do you want so we don't, to keep us out of us having to sue you and making us look like jerks? Because really, that's really what was happening. But there's nothing in the Trek movie.
And it wasn't something they had to do, but it was something they did, which was nice.
Well, so we don't even know that. We don't even have a comment.
If he met with anybody at all, I mean.
And now I'm hearing a lot of rumors, but rumors mean dick to me. What bothers me the most about this is that now the fandom is out there going, woohoo, a fan has got a pitch out because they don't understand that Paramount can't make the fucking TV show. Because that's the way the fandom is. They see CBS, Paramount. They still think CBS and Paramount are the same company, and they're not.
Yeah.
And
the most that Paramount would probably be able to do is if they were maybe considering something to follow up, in terms of film, something to follow up the new Trek. If they're looking to go in a different direction with films.
Right. Well,
that's the most Paramount would be able to do.
Here's the thing that kind of pissed me off on top of it was you've got Trek Movie who's got a completely unsubstantiated exclusive news item where they talk to a fan production guy and says, woohoo, I get to pitch at Paramount. That's all they say. There's no investigation. There's no comment, no offer of comment listed in the... There's nothing in this that says, and Trek Movie contacted Paramount and they refused to comment. Usually that's what you get, right? Nothing.
Or we contacted Paramount and did not receive a response by the time of this publication.
Right, which means they would follow up on it. There's nothing. This is, woohoo, a fan pitch makes it to the Paramount's exec. And here, it's not a news, it's a goddamn opinion, right? Well, it's time for something different. For some reason, the powers that be have agreed to listen to Michael Gemmelt as he pitches his idea for a new Star Trek series. Well, Trek Movie, I know you well enough to know that you know that Paramount can't make a goddamn TV series. So why didn't you pick up the phone and call CBS and go, what's going on here? Want to give us some background here? Want to tell us what's going on? Are we really going to get a television series? Bullshit. You knew what happened. You want to know what happened? Mr. Gemmelt owns StarTrekBeyond.com. Paramount needs it to pitch the new damn movie. And they said, Mr. Gemmelt, what do you want? And Mr. Gemmelt was either smart enough or stupid enough, depending on your point of view, to say, you know what? I want to pitch my show to you. And instead of asking for money...
And he could have gotten a shitload of it.
He probably could have gotten a chunk of change to avoid litigation. He probably could have bought a new car or something along those lines. Yeah. He said, no, I don't want the money. I want to pitch my show. Now, I really don't want to diss him for that decision, because anybody who's in a creative role who gets a fucking heartbeat opportunity to go and meet and talk to people who are involved in the IP that you adore, I would have to say that would be a pretty damn hard decision.
I gotta say,
I'd have to say personally, I'd take the fucking money because it lasts longer.
But if you're in a position where he is, where he's had this thing for decades and it's your heart and everything,
I can totally.
You almost have to do it, you know?
I can, and I love the guy's passion. I adore the guy's, and you know what? Like I said, I adore the guy's idea.
Yeah.
I do. I adore the guy's idea. Like I said, my rant has nothing to do with Mr. Gemmelt. Nothing. It has everything to do with, God damn it, now guess what happens? Trek Movie now gets picked up and reported on as a source for /film.com. I'm going to put these quotes, I'm going to put them all in here. All right? /film. Gizmodo. Who else? Oh, Cinema Blend, which Mike's already put into the chat room.
Blaster.
All of these are using Trek Movies quote unquote news article as a basis for saying that they're accepting pitches for a new show. And even better yet, they're like, oh, this fan's production was so good, we're going to ask him to come and pitch it to us. That's really how it's coming out now. And it's bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. Because what I'm hearing on the street is that he wasn't invited. It was part of the negotiation for him to give up his goddamn website.
And just point this out, people. I've said this because of my job many times. This is why when you see something on the news, whether it's something like this, or it's a big political or social event, or
doesn't matter.
Yet another shooting.
Damn verifiable source and a confirmed source, a verifiable source of your information. And I have no doubt that they verified Mr. Gemmelt's story because Mr. Gemmelt was the one saying. I don't think he's lying at all. I think he might have twisted his words a little bit so it makes it look like he was invited. And there's very little information about whether or not this really was. He was approached by Paramount so he would give up the goddamn domain, but he took advantage of a rag. He took advantage of what Trek Movie has turned themselves into on this, and that is nothing better than a goddamn rag.
There was a tweet.
Yeah, there was a tweet. We're all assuming it has everything to do with Trek Movie's release.
There's no context, so we don't really know. But the hashtag is,
I'm thinking,
nope, you're still just a blog.
To be honest with you, it's this tweet that brought me to the original article to begin with, because I thought, oh fuck, what pissed him off? Because if something pissed off the head of CBS licensing enough to kind of say, I'm surprised at what passes for journalism on the internet, I kind of went, oh, I guess I should be doing a little snooping around to find out what that's about. And then that was, I swear to God, that's the first thing I came across. I was like, oh my God.
People also need to understand the difference between a news article and an opinion piece or opinion blogs.
I swear, I wish this had just, had this been placed under op-ed on Trek Movie, I wouldn't be ranting. But
because
it's under
our show is an opinion blog, an opinion thing. Now, when we provide news, we're providing it from different sources and quoting quoting those sources. When
And if we
Terry's
do
saying
any,
what
and
she's
if we
saying
do any,
now,
remember the
she's
brouhaha
saying-
that we went through with Federation News Network, and all three of us were trying to get the verified source on the death of the producer.
Yeah.
And we were walking around going, I don't have a second verified source. I need a verified source. I need something other than
you're talking
another
Harv
damn
Bennett
news
died.
site.
Yeah.
I need to confirm with somebody who actually knows this person is dead.
Well,
and
you know,
it took us 6 hours to get it.
And it happened last week when, like I said, when the wrestler Dusty Rhodes died, there were rumors all over the internet.
Right.
And then when WWE put out their statement, then we knew.
That's exactly right. So,
and you know, people, some of the pro wrestling journalists, you should see what they have to wade through with rumors and stuff.
Yeah.
But they'll put right at the top, this is a rumor or as told by, with no verification from, which is the smart way to do it.
Right. Well, I really do wish if they were going to go with this story as quote unquote an exclusive, which okay, you were and here's the other thing. Did you get a phone call from Mr. Gamel who was so excited to say? I mean, really, that's what you were so excited going. Okay, we have this exclusive. Is it newsworthy? Yes. Was it newsworthy without a verified source? No, it becomes an op-ed piece, or it becomes a reported. It becomes, we don't have it. You need to cover your ass. You need to go into your article and say, we don't have verified sources for this. This is really just a rumor until we can verify what this guy is telling us. How do you know that it wasn't just somebody who said, it was, what if it was me? And I was like, oh my God, I was contacted by Paramount and they want me to pitch Heritage. Why would you believe me?
Gotta go the Rona Barrett route, people. How many people do you think got that, Terry?
Nothing.
Just
anybody over the age 45.
Just you and me.
And it's just, it was disappointing. It was disappointing. And so I posted on my Facebook page.
You posted? No. You started up the flamethrower and said, I'm clearing out the bunker. I really wanted to know.
She burned Facebook down.
I really wanted to know from my friends on Facebook if anybody else had a problem with the column as I did. Because I saw it and I thought, well, this all smells to high heaven. Why would Paramount ask somebody to pitch a show they have no right to make? That was my question. Why would this article be posted? Why would this article be posted if there was no verified source? What did Paramount say? What did CBS say? Did anybody bother to go ask them? It's not in the It's not in the post. It's not in the article. It's merely just one guy's story about how and it's all from his point of view, which isn't a news article. I need to know facts. And there's no facts in this article. And worse, 5 other huge and much bigger than Trek movie columns have now moved on. Cinema Blend, IO9, Blaster. I mean, they're all picking it up and running with it as if it was fact. And none of them are doing the goddamn work either. None of them are calling CBS and asking. They're just using Trek movie as if it's true. Now, I have no doubt that Mr. Gamel is going to be visiting. Well, here's the thing now. I don't know. Has this blown his chances?
Good point.
Has this really just blown his chances because Paramount's like, fuck, this is
Believe
not what
us
we
when
wanted.
we say we know from NDAs on our show.
And that's the other thing. Oh, has he signed NDAs?
Yeah, I would think that would be one of the first things they would have him do. Shit, we had to sign one just in case something comes out in the future that hasn't even happened yet.
Right. And NDAs are pretty fucking tough. And if he has signed an NDA and was said you're allowed to talk about it but not allowed to talk about specifics, yeah. I'm sorry. You really need to talk to the people who issued the NDA. Even if it's just to say, we can't comment on this. You need to have those words in your damn article if you're going to call yourself news. If you're not, then you need to be able to say unsubstantiated rumor reporting, not exclusive. Unsubstantiated. It is not.
Yeah, you don't want to be TMZ.
Sure. And that's what this turned into. That's really what this turned into. They turned themselves into clickbait whore, and that was just really stupid. It was just really stupid.
For really big stuff, TMZ does get multiple sources. So something like this, they would have contacted Paramount or CBS.
You bet your ass. I would have. If I had been that person who got that call from Mr. Gamelt, I would have been like, this is really cool information. I would have been, however, Mr. Gamelt, you do know that
Who did you talk to? And
who did you
have
talk
their
to?
number?
And I need to verify your story. I just need to be able to verify your story. And if there was a hemming or a hawing, you don't think that the antenna would have gone up? I'm just no. You need to verify that he indeed spoke to somebody and that there is an arrangement for him to go out to LA to pitch a series. And was this not just part and parcel of a negotiated settlement? Really, is it a part of a negotiated settlement for them to obtain the rights to StarTrekBeyond.com? Because Star Trek owns it already, because the word Star Trek is in it, and they're not. Paramount and CBS really don't want to come off looking like assholes to the fandom. They've been very, very great.
God,
They've been
so generous
gracious
with their fans.
They are totally gracious with the fan production people. We do know that for a fact, by the way, that Star Trek Continues 4th episode was reinstated onto YouTube because CBS worked to get it done. So it's not like these companies want to piss us off. And how would you piss off the fandom if one of these companies went to Mr. Gamelt and said, by the way, we're going to muscle you into giving up what we already own because you're using our name, you're using our protected trademark name.
Oh, that's the corp equivalent of the cops shutting down a child's lemonade stand for not having a business license.
Exactly. It's exactly it. It would be the big ass corporate bully. No, you want to actually go in good faith and say, you know what, in PR purposes, if we can give this guy a few grand, get him out of this, we've saved money by not having to sue him and looking like assholes. And lo and behold, he says, you know what, I don't want money, but I would really like to pitch my show. You don't think Paramount's going to be, fuck yeah, 10 grand to schlep you out here and give you a studio tour? Fuck, bring it. Not even that, $5,000. It's going to be cheap.
Yeah,
put him up in a nice hotel for a couple of nights.
Yeah.
He
And
gets
publicity.
a vacation out of it, and they get the good publicity about it and everything. And there's the other thing, is that they lost control of this.
Yep.
They lost control of this. Trek movie went out from underneath them and pulled the rug right out from underneath them, which is why I think that tweet exists.
Interesting.
And it's frustrating, and I'm excited for Trek movie to get all the clicks. And here's to your ad revenue, my dears. I think it's awesome, except for the fact that I really, really, really wish you had gotten a couple of quotes from Paramount and CBS on this. That's what I'm pissed about. I think the fandom needed to understand the basis for Mr. Gamelt's ability to pitch his show. That it wasn't because they thought it was all that kinds of awesome. It was because they needed something from him and wanted to get out without having to sue him. That is investigative reporting, and that's what you needed to determine. If you had found out that they thought it was all kinds of awesome and that he really has a serious shot of pitching this, that's fucking real news. And we needed to know that. And you blew it. All right.
You okay?
Disappointed. I don't like it when people I like and sites that I like make a big mistake. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating because, I know they know better.
Well,
I know they know better. That's what it is. It's like, you're a disappointed father, right? It's like, I know you know better. You shouldn't have taken the car out.
Well, because of Terry's vocalness on this issue,
this added another layer of me kind of going, oh fuck.
Terry and the GNT show were mentioned on 1701 News in an op-ed, an opinion piece regarding this very topic.
Now, here's the thing. I totally agree with everything that 1701 said about what is wrong with the article. I just spouted off about that.
Yeah.
But pardon my cynicism. That's clickbait too. It's like I said, they're picking up on it and they're kind of running with it in a technically correct kind of way. And that is, yes, the author read my Facebook post, namely because I had to tag him on it regarding a completely different subject, mind you. But they ran with it as an op-ed piece and said that it was a bad journalistic move by Trek Movie. Now, I didn't want to start a mudslinging fest. That wasn't my intent. My mud was, I can throw my own mud, and I just did. I can throw my own mud. I'm very well aware of what my opinion means to me, and I'm not afraid of expressing it, and I stand by what I say. But 1701 picked up with it and said that I was the one that notified them. Well, that's kind of not. They were. I don't want to say that. That's not what he said. He did say it correct, and that he became aware of the situation because of my Facebook post. That's the best way of putting it. And but that's what I needed to rant about today. I know she's standing by her article, and I can respect that. I really can. I'm more like I said, what I'm more upset about with that column is the fact that it was labeled as verified news without really getting into the and it misleads. I think it totally misled the fandom, and now the fandom is out there going, woohoo, fans have a chance at pitching. I swear to you, that's what's out there now, and it's wrong, and it's sad, and it's frustrating, and I just it feels like I feel like we've been conned, There's a bunch of fans who do wonderful stories like Mr. Gemelt, and now they think, you know what? If I work harder, maybe I have a shot at really pitching. And I don't think that's the truth. We won't know until Paramount and CBS say something. And now I'm wondering if they ever will. And that's a shame. They should have had the opportunity to say, you know what, as a matter of public relations and good faith, we thought it would be fun. That's all they had to say. We thought it would be fun if we brought him out and he get to pitch a show and we get to hear more about it. To thank him for tendering StarTrekBeyond.com. But that was never investigated. That was never there. That we never got the opportunity to say. So while 1701 puts out an op-ed saying Trek Movies column was bad, I agree with that aspect of it. I'm just not necessarily fond of the idea of 1701 pulling a George Takei and for making ruffled feathers to get more clickbait for themselves. Because I'm going to call that like I see it too.
Well, changing the subject, but onto a related topic, fun fan productions.
Thank you very much for lightening the load there.
I came across a new fan production. It's a little mini short video. It's called Ronnie the Red Shirt. And the episode Mikey, the latest one, had me laughing. And I have to say, I like this.
Now is the whole thing he's trapped in 2015?
Yes.
The whole series?
Yes. There are 2 episodes so far. The first one was a party where he shows up at, and everyone doesn't like him and doesn't want to be around him because people tend to die. And in the second one, he's sitting on a park bench and he's talking to a lady walks up, sits down next to him, and he starts having conversation with her. And why she doesn't think he's nuts and get up and leave, I have no idea. But it was hilarious. So give Ronnie the Red Shirt a view. Totally worth it.
That's very fun.
I had fun. And I'm going to put one more link in our chat room.
Okay.
This one I absolutely love for its 1950s B-movie science fiction cheesy goodness. It is Mexi Melt good. I mean, it is awesome. It is 5-year mission's new video for his head is hollow and I have touched Spock's brain. It is the first video released from the new album. And oh my God, it is perfection. It's Attack of the Killer Brains.
We love you, 5-year mission. It's going to be fun to talk to you again. I'm very excited about the email that I got. Thank you. Very, very fun. I'm happy to, I'm tongue-tied.
We're going to be sitting down with them again, and we have exclusives. So
with verifiable sources and everything.
Yes. So, look for that next week sometime. So very excited. We love the guys over at 5-Year Mission, and we're looking forward to talking to them again and to unveil. That's the correct term, right? Unveil these exclusive goodies.
World premieres is what they are.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and just because I'm still in a snippy mood, in interest of full disclosure, the reason why we pitch 5-Year Mission is because we love them, we adore them, and they let us use their music. It's pretty damn awesome. Mm-hmm. And we asked them to use their music because we love them, because they fucking rock.
I want to play Star Trek Online.
Engineering here. Warp engines are online.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
Your ship.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Your crew.
Move out.
Your destiny.
And finally, I did want to finish off with just some brief news about Star Trek Online. The new Aaron Eisenberg featured episode is live in the game. It's really good. It's called Time in a Bottle. And Nog is the captain of the. This is not a big spoiler, trust me. He's the CEO of the USS Chimera.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who do not know, the Chimera in the game is the veterans reward ship, which is the destroyer escort, which is cool. I love this ship. And
one thing I do want to say about this, also not a spoiler, I think this episode has the most voiceover than any of them so far.
You're constantly talking with Nog, considering...
And not just Nog, but there are other characters that pop in, and they're all talking. And I think altogether it's very close to a dozen different voices. I mean, that's massive. That's awesome. Yeah. So you definitely need to check it out.
And I would highly say, it's probably one of the more, Trek-like episodes that you get to play in a long time. Yes, there is some battle in it. There is some battle in it. You really can't go, when you're dealing with heralds, you can't really go without battling them. But it's not as battle focused as you would, as we've seen lately. And I'm really appreciative of that, because this is one of those episodes that takes everything you've known about Star Trek Online into a story that makes you realize there's a future for the game. So where a lot of people were worried about the idea that the Iconian War was going to end, and that was it, because
the game would have nothing else.
And the game would have nothing else to talk about, right? Don't worry. Play this episode, and you will find out that there is indeed something else to be worried about. So that's very cool.
And if you're a fan of Voyager, you have a lot to worry about.
I have to say, creative. I was like, oh, this is great. I never would have thought to use some of those items.
I saw that thing that they want to do with the thing, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be it's gonna be very interesting. So play the episode. It was very fun. It is one of the way that they're doing the featured episodes now is they released the featured episode
on a Thursday.
You get to one set of rewards for playing it, and then a new reward unlocks the week after that. So over the course of the next 3 weeks, you will be able to obtain 3 different rewards. So play it, because it was a very fun. That's kind of it for Star Trek Online.
I think so. Once again, I have 7 interviews and a roundup that I've posted all on the GNT Show website. If you haven't checked them out, please do. There's a lot of great information in there. I spend a lot of time talking story, and Ricosa, Al, Christine, Jesse, they break things down for me. I mean, they really explain. They take a mission and break it down into what it takes in order to create that mission. How each one of them, how they all contribute, what the process is like, what they do to that story. story and how it evolves from one person to another until we finally see it and get to play it and whatnot. And they do it. They break it down multiple missions over, that everyone's hopefully had a chance to play, so it's no major spoilers if you're current. But yeah, they're wonderful interviews. I learned a lot. If you're into ships, Thomas does the same thing. He breaks it all down, explaining how, what the process is for ships. He talks about the galaxy. It's just great. And then hilarity with Zero.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, you got to check out these interviews. They're fantastic.
Sweet. Any other announcements?
Contests. We still have a bunch of them going on still, right?
Yeah. I'm still waiting for somebody to read Absent Enemies. I might have to tweak that one. We'll see.
Okay. And then, of course, the convention. If you're a convention goer, if you can get a Star Trek celebrity to say that they never listened to the GNT show, you can have a chance to win Star Trek Catan. And I think, based on what I've been talking with some of the people over at 5 Year Missions community, I think I am going to go ahead and proceed with the video karaoke contest for 5 Years Missions autographed discography. So I'm going to be posting details about that soon. I'm just waiting to get it in my hot little hands so I can post photos and stuff. But yeah, so that is going to be a thing. So look for details on that soon.
Nick, what do you got coming up?
Not a lot, really.
No?
No, just getting ready for Vegas.
Yay,
Baltimore is coming up before that, right?
No, it's in September.
It's in September,
okay, it's
right?
after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
right on.
I'm gonna be just getting through the week and getting prepared for the Starfleet Mom away mission.
Say hi for me.
What was that?
Say hi for me.
Oh, I definitely will.
Cool.
And that's kind of it. Are we good?
I think we are.
Yeah, I think all the bells and all the whistles have been chimed and blown.
Well,
so Mike was blowing.
We're blowing?
We're blowing.
Woo-hoo.
Let's blow this bitch.
Wow.
Well, thanks for letting me rant, guys. I do appreciate it. You're always
That's why we're here.
And until next week, thanks for joining us. This was episode 197. We are one step closer to 200. I can't believe it. We're getting ready for Vegas, baby. And until next week, join us for episode 198 and then live long and prosper.
Kapla!
Joel on True, bitches.
Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Andrew Allen, Grethor, and 5 Year Mission. This has been a Busy Little Beaver production.
Gonna take a 5-year tour. Boldly go where no man's gone before. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends. Move ahead, walk factor 10. Put a mini skirt on my yo man. Represent the human race, and we make space a happy place to boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line OG.